Happy Independence Day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Scouts Report presented to you by the New York Professional Scouts Association. I'm Joey Jarzynka. Episode number 2 brings us here to beautiful Sergeant Jonathan Keller Field at Veterans Memorial Park in Calverton, New York on Long Island. Why are we here on such a hot summer afternoon? Because we really miss the game of baseball. We really do. But we'll get to the real reason in just a quick second. Keller Field here is the home of the Hamptons Collegiate Baseball League's Riverhead Tomcats, which is funded in part by Major League Baseball. This week we look back at the work that our good friend and current New York Mets Northeast area scout John Kosciak has done in the world of America's pastime. The Milford, Massachusetts native began his scouting career with the Philadelphia Phillies in 1982 as an associate scout, before he received a job opportunity across the country in San Diego to become a part-time scout for the Padres in Southern California. Just a year on the job, in 1986, the Padres would hire Kosciak as a full-time scout to cover the southeast region of the United States. Those states obviously included Alabama, Georgia, North and South Carolinas. The first player Kosciak would ever sign would be Noonan, Georgia native Warren Newson. Newson would play a total of 8 seasons in 11 years between Major League Baseball and the Korea Baseball Championship, also known as the KBO. While playing for the Chicago White Sox, play-by-play announcer Ken Harrelson gave the Georgian the nickname The Deacon. Kosciak would eventually head up north on the San Diego Freeway on the I-5 and make his way to the Chavez Ravine and work for the Los Angeles Dodgers in the Northeast for 14 years. In 2009, Kosciak would receive a phone call from the Houston Astros as he'd head to the Lodestar State and become a scout for 3 seasons in Houston. During his tenure with the Astros, he would sign George Springer and Nick Tropiano. The latter has some significance to where we're standing right this moment. The West Islip, New York native was signed by Kosciak and selected by the Houston Astros in the 5th round of the 2011 MLB draft. A 2-sport athlete out of West Islip High School, Nick would letter in baseball as a pitcher and play football at the quarterback position. Following his time in grade school, he would enroll with Stony Brook University, just a few miles west from here, and play for the Seawolves. During the summer following his freshman campaign, Tropiano would play summer ball right here on this exact field for the Riverhead Tomcats in the Hamptons Collegiate Baseball League. During the summer months of June, July, and parts of August, Nick would compile a 1.61 ERA, accrue a win-loss record of 7-3, and strike out 77 batters in 50 total innings pitched. Pretty cool to be standing right in front of the mound and behind home plate where Nick dazzled right in his own backyard. He would subsequently be named the HCBL's most valuable pitcher. He's done it right here on this playing surface at Keller Field, but he's also done it in the big leagues as well, and quite often also. Let's take a look back to his big league debut with the Astros in 2014 and see how he performed at Safeco Field, also known now as T-Mobile Park in Seattle, against the Mariners.
On the mound for the Houston Astros, rookie Nick Tropiano getting the call from AAA where he had a great season. You see those numbers, 9-5. Pretty good whip when he was down there, right around 1-2. Last the entire duration of 162 games and 35 starts.
Breaking ball right there, taking strike 3 to Austin Jackson. And the first man faced by Tropiano in the big leagues is a punch out. And mom and dad and company are rather pleased. The split because he's so dominant on the lefties. This one is popped up shallow on the left side. Matt Dominguez calling, now called off by VR. Never seen a pop-up he doesn't like. He takes it, and that'll do it for the M's in the first inning. We're scoreless after 1.
Those guys kept the composure pretty good.
There's the off speed for the strikeout. Second time for Austin Jackson tonight. That does it for the M's.
Max Stassi did a good job of chasing behind that play and backing up.
Ground ball, this time handled by Singleton onto VR and then taking his time back to Tropiano. 3-6-1 on the double play. And that's a beautiful thing with Kendry Morales at the plate.
I think you might have mentioned KC, a 3-0 winner at Detroit. Down on strikes is Brad Miller.
Down on strikes. So James Jones is the 4th strikeout victim tonight for Nick Tropiano. And mom is just thrilled.
We mentioned the phrase quite often just a few moments ago, didn't we? Well, here's another clip from Nick fanning a career-high 11 batters against the Oakland Athletics while playing for the Los Angeles Angels in 2015.
Tropiano, he comes into this one with a 2-2 mark at a 4.35 ERA. Down goes Simeon, 2 outs. Good breaking ball. 0-2. Got him swinging. Down goes Valencia. 2-out double stranded in scoring position. Breaking ball. Got him looking. Down goes Vogt. 1 away. Good off speed. Down goes Butler. Off speed. Got him looking.
That is nasty.
Yeah. Payoff on the way. Burns. Boy, did he hold up? No, he did not. He went around. That's a called strike 3. 1 down. Strikeout number 7. Down goes Reddick. Back-to-back strikeouts. Make that 8 punch-outs now through 3 2/3 for Tropiano. Down goes Lawrence. Strikeout number 9. 2 outs. Burns foul tips that one into the mitt. Down he goes, and there's out number 1. Down goes Simeon. 2 outs. 2-1. Ground ball to the right side. Patel has to wait for Cronin to get back to the bat. 2 outs.
Another ground ball out.
Nick Tropiano, take a bow, kid. Terrific outing tonight and a big game for the Angels.
Tropiano currently is a non-roster invitee on the New York Yankees roster for the 2020 season. In the 2011 Major League Baseball draft, Kosciak would sign a very notable outfielder known to us today and seemed like one heck of a prospect coming out of the University of Connecticut. New Britain's own George Springer was selected by the Houston Astros as the 11th overall selection after the likes of Garrett Cole, his former teammate, Anthony Rendon, Trevor Bauer, and Francisco Lindor. Springer would eventually get to prove the teams ahead of the Astros wrong and why they should have selected him and not his peers and former teammate. Coming out of the starting gate ready to rumble was Springer, who would earn a Big East Conference Rookie of the Year award, as well as be named to a first-team All-American by Perfect Game USA. In George's junior year of 2011 with the Huskies, he would be named Big East Player of the Year. During the 2014 season, Springer would make his debut in the show and blast 20 home runs in 78 games played. Not too shabby, not to mention he would also record 68 hits, 51 RBIs as well. He would place 8th in the Rookie of the Year voting column for the respective season. Let's take a look back to 2014 and see what Springer accomplished in his rookie campaign.
Try and limit those throughout the course of a season.
Springer hammers one to right field,
There it
back
is.
at the wall. Watch it. That's it. Number 1 on the young career for George Springer as he goes opposite field. And boy, would you like to see more and more of that.
It's a soft G.
Fastball hammered deep left field, back at the wall. It's out of here. A 2-out solo home run, number 2 on the season and career of George Springer. And the Astros jump on top.
High drive, that's going to tie it. George Springer hit a rocket. It's 4-4. Number 3 of his major league career, and it left in about 1.2 seconds.
Took it away.
And George Springer leads it off here in the 4th inning. Drives one deep to left field, back at the wall. It is out of here. George Springer is having himself a bit of a night. He's made that great defensive play. Pitch is hit in the air in deep right field, back at the wall. Let's watch it. This one's out of here. So Springer is back in action, and you bet welcome.
3 years later, Springer would play a vital role in the Houston Astros achieving their first ever World Series title. In 2017, Springer would earn the Silver Slugger Award for compiling a .283 batting average, registering 34 home runs, and recording 85 RBIs in 140 games played. During the World Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers, Springer would become the 3rd player ever to hit 5 balls out of the park. He joined a list that included the infamous Reggie Jackson, also known as Mr. October, and former second baseman Chase Utley. He would be named World Series Most Valuable Player for his efforts at the plate and in the field as well. Let's take a look back at all 5 home runs he hit during the Fall Classic.
Bottom of the 11th inning. But Springer, he is 2 for 4 tonight with a double and a single. And Springer drives one pretty deep to right center field. On the run is Hernandez looking up, and that ball is gone. A 2-run home run for George Springer, and the Astros are back on top. It's 7-5. Springer with his 2nd home run of the postseason.
Up a hit. Here comes the 3-1.
And Springer hits it high in the air and deep to left field, and you can kiss it goodbye off the community leader's side.
Here's the first pitch from Morrow.
And Springer atones for the ball in center and crushes it to left field. We're tied again. A no-doubter over the train tracks. It's 8-8.
Out of that top spot in the lineup. Fly ball into right. Back is Puig at the wall. It is gone. Home run number 4. And Springer has made it 1-0 Astros here in the third.
And George drills this one deep to left center field. You can kiss that one goodbye. A 2-run home run for George Springer. And the Astros lead it 5-0. Springer homers for the 4th straight game.
Rewinding to Kosciak's time on the West Coast with the Los Angeles Dodgers, there would be a name in the middle that we forgot to mention John signing while in the Chavez Ravine. Center fielder Peter Bergeron. The Greenfield, Massachusetts native was drafted in the 4th round of the 1996 Major League Baseball draft by the Dodgers. Bergeron never got to play a game at the big league level with Los Angeles, as he was traded north of the border to the Montreal Expos, along with Ted Lilly, Jonathan Tucker, and Wilton Guerrero during the 1998 season in exchange for Mark Grudzielanek and Carlos Perez. During his time with the Expos, Bergeron would log a .226 batting average, 8 home runs, and 56 RBIs in 5 years of service. Peter would also earn a silver medal in the 1999 Pan American Games in Winnipeg with the United States baseball team. In 2013, the Los Angeles Dodgers would bring Bergeron back in the fold as a scout for 1 season. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your Scouts Report for this week, presented to you by the New York Professional Scouts Association. Stay tuned for next week's Highlighted Scout and where we'll be traveling to next week. I think that will be called a Scout's Journey, don't you think? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joey Jarzynka, and for all of us at the New York Professional Scouts Association, the Eastern Observer, and the Blackjack Media Group, happy Independence Day, and we'll see you next time.